Hello and welcome to our channel. In today's episode, we'll be talking about the global surge towards right-wing politics. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Let's delve right into the video. Recently, the global political landscape has experienced a seismic shift, catching the attention of observers worldwide. Traditional liberal or left-wing strongholds have seen the rise of conservative, or as the media labels them, far-right parties. Notable instances include the election of Javier Milei, often called the Argentine Donald Trump, as the president of Argentina in November 2023, and the landslide victory of Geert, the Dutch Trump, in the Netherlands during the same month. These events have sent shockwaves throughout Europe and beyond. A global thread weaving through the fabric of recent political upsets is the persistent reference to Donald Trump, the 45th president of the United States. The resonance of Trump's influence is palpable, especially when political outsiders echoing his approach ascend to power. The parallels are unmistakable: a penchant for radical rhetoric, a disdain for political correctness, a rejection of globalist sentiments, and a robust stance on immigration and nationalism. The Argentine Donald Trump, as the media calls him, Javier Milei, and the Dutch Donald Trump, Geert Wilders, have not only adopted Trump's confrontational style, but have also capitalized on the anti-establishment sentiment that defined Trump's rise to power. Their campaigns were characterized by a direct appeal to the frustrations of segments of the population who felt marginalized or ignored by the political elites. The media, quick to draw comparisons, often employs the label far-right to describe these figures. This labeling not only reflects a tendency to categorize political movements through familiar lenses, but also underscores the global impact of Trump's unorthodox political journey. Trump's influence extends beyond rhetoric and campaign strategies. His presidency, marked by a focus on nationalistic policies and a robust anti-immigration stance, has set a precedent that resonates with those seeking change. As a result, any political figure challenging the status quo, regardless of geographical location, is almost inevitably dubbed as the local incarnation of Donald Trump. The media's labeling of these figures as far-right further contributes to the ongoing discourse surrounding the global political shift. It shapes public perception, framing these movements as outliners and fostering debates about the ideological underpinnings of the right-wing resurgence. Before delving deeper into this phenomenon, it's crucial to grasp the fundamentals of right-wing and left-wing politics. Right-wing politics encompasses a spectrum of ideologies that perceive certain social orders and hierarchies as either inevitable, natural, normal, or desirable. These positions are often rooted in natural law, economics, authority, property, or tradition. The Cambridge History of 20th Century Political Thought outlines 5 historical stages of the right. The first, reactionary right, seeking a return to aristocracy and established religion. The second, moderate right, distrusting intellectuals and advocating for limited government. The third, radical right, favoring a romantic and aggressive form of nationalism. The fourth, extreme right, proposing anti-immigration policies and implicit racism. Then, finally, the neoliberal right, combining a market economy and economic deregulation with traditional right-wing beliefs in patriotism, elitism, and law and order. In the present dynamic political landscape, right-wing politics is experiencing a significant resurgence marked by the electoral victories of figures like Javier Milei, Giorgia Meloni, and Geert. This resurgence is not a monolithic phenomenon, rather it is a complex interplay of various factors that collectively shape the socio-political fabric. The first factor being cultural shifts, the role of changing norms. One of the key factors driving the resurgence of right-wing politics is the ongoing cultural shift worldwide. Rapid changes in societal norms and values have left certain segments of the population feeling alienated and disconnected. The embrace of right-wing ideologies can be seen as a form of resistance to these changes. Individuals, particularly in traditional strongholds of left-wing politics, may perceive right-wing movements as guardians of cultural values, offering a sense of continuity in the face of perceived cultural erosion. Secondly, economic concerns, stability in uncertain times. Economic instability often becomes a fertile ground for the growth of right-wing ideologies. In times of uncertainty, right-wing parties gain support by promising stability through conservative economic policies. The appeal lies in the assurance of preserving traditional economic structures, reducing government intervention, and advocating for fiscal responsibility. Voters grappling with economic uncertainties are drawn to the promise of a steady hand and a return to what is perceived as a more secure economic past. Another factor being nationalism, resurgence of identity politics. The resurgence of right-wing politics is intricately linked to the rise of nationalism. In various regions, sentiments of national identity and sovereignty are being emphasized, often as a reaction to perceived threats from globalization and multiculturalism. Right-wing leaders position themselves as defenders of national interests, fostering a sense of pride and unity among their supporters. This resurgence of identity politics reinforces the idea that preserving national identity is a priority even at the expense of global cooperation. The fourth factor being anti-globalization, protecting national interests. Opposition to globalist agendas is a significant driving force behind the resurgence of right-wing politics. Many right-wing political figures advocate for protectionist measures and prioritize national interests over international cooperation. The skepticism towards global institutions and agreements resonates with populations who perceive globalization as a threat to their economic well-being and cultural identity. Right-wing movements capitalize on these fears, presenting themselves as champions of national autonomy and independence. The final factor, immigration policies. Stricter immigration policies are a rallying point for right-wing movements, resonating with those who fear cultural dilution or economic strain due to increased migration. The emphasis on controlling borders and limiting immigration becomes a symbolic gesture, promising to protect the cultural and economic foundations of a nation. Right-wing leaders leverage these concerns, framing immigration as a pivotal issue in the broader narrative of preserving national identity and ensuring the well-being of the existing population. Let's take for instance the Italian elections of 2022 that produced right-wing leader Giorgia Meloni. Giorgia Meloni's political career aligns with this broader shift to the right. A member of the National Alliance Party, which later merged into the current Brothers of Italy, Fratelli d'Italia Party, Meloni has been a vocal advocate for conservative values. The party positions itself as a defender of national identity, sovereignty, and traditional family values. Meloni's rise within the right-wing political landscape can be attributed to several factors. Firstly, Her ability to articulate a clear and resonant message has garnered support from segments of the Italian population disillusioned with the mainstream political establishment. Her emphasis on national pride, strong immigration policies, and conservative social values has struck a chord with those seeking an alternative to the prevailing political narratives. Moreover, the economic challenges faced by Italy in recent years have fueled dissatisfaction with the status quo. Issues such as high unemployment, sluggish economic growth, and concerns about the impact of globalization have created fertile ground for right-wing parties promising solutions to these problems. The resurgence of right-wing politics in Italy is also intertwined with the broader European trend of a shift away from traditional political paradigms. The rise of populist movements in quotes and leaders across the continent reflects a shared discontent with established political norms. However, it's essential to note that the term right-wing encompasses a diverse range of ideologies and perspectives. Some right-wing movements in Italy, including Meloni's Fratelli d'Italia, draw inspiration from conservative principles rooted in cultural and social traditionalism. Others may lean more towards populist and anti-establishment sentiments. The worldwide shift towards right-wing politics has not occurred in isolation. Rather, it has ignited a complex and varied response across the globe. As conservative ideologies gain prominence, the reactions from various corners of the world reflect the diverse perspectives and concerns that this political transformation elicits. The surge of right-wing politics has prompted significant adjustments in the political landscapes of various nations. Established political parties are re-evaluating their strategies to remain competitive in this evolving environment. The rise of right-wing movements often leads to increased polarization, with political entities adapting to the changing dynamics to secure their relevance and influence. Of course, we do know that the international media plays a crucial role in shaping public opinion and influencing perceptions of political movements. The surge towards right-wing politics has been met with diverse narratives, with some media outlets expressing concern over the perceived threat to democratic values, while others frame it as a necessary correction to address the grievances of certain segments of the population. The global shift towards right-wing politics has implications for international alliances and diplomatic relations. Countries are reassessing their partnerships and collaborations based on the ideological orientation of emerging political leaders. This recalibration can impact geopolitical dynamics, influencing the alliances that shape global governance and cooperation. The rise of right-wing politics has not been met without opposition, leading to public demonstrations and protests in various parts of the world. In fact, in the Netherlands, after the election that produced Geert Wilders as the Prime Minister-elect in the Netherlands, there were protests around the Netherlands with people opposing his election. Activists, advocacy groups, and citizens concerned about the implications of these political shifts have taken to the streets to voice their dissent, highlighting the polarization and engagement that characterizes this period of political transformation. In academic and intellectual circles, the surge towards right-wing politics has sparked vigorous debates and discussions. Scholars and experts are analyzing the historical, social, and economic factors contributing to this trend, providing valuable insights that contribute to a nuanced understanding of the global political shift. As we delve into the multifaceted reactions to the surge of right-wing politics, it becomes evident that this transformation is not met with a uniform response. Rather, it triggers a spectrum of reactions reflecting the complexity and diversity inherent in the global political landscape. Conclusion: as we can all see, people are fed up with the status quo, and this sentiment is manifesting in a global surge towards right-wing politics. As we move forward, it is crucial to approach this phenomenon with an open mind, acknowledging the complex interplay of historical, cultural, and economic factors that contribute to the global surge towards right-wing politics. Thank you for joining us today in our channel. We do hope to see you next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you.